Good evening, guys, and welcome to the Judge's Scorecard. I'm your host, Christopher the Judge Dove. As we do a little bit of a recap from UFC 282, quite controversial. A lot of different things going on in the different fights, and there was definitely some things to discuss and talk about. I did have Paddy the Baddy, but if you were to ask me, I definitely think he lost that fight. I also did have Ankalaev. I thought he won that fight as well, ended in a draw. For the bets last week, we went 3-3. Our bankroll now is started with $500. We are now up to $861, which is a net profit of 72%. So that's 4 winning weeks in a row. We're looking to keep the train rolling here. So this is going to be our 5th episode as we get into UFC 66. As we get into this week's card for the bets, for the bet portion, we are going with 5 bets this week. Our first bet is going to be a $50 bet on the main event, which is Sean Strickland. That's $50 to get us to $93. For our second bet, we're going with a 2-fight parlay, and that's going to be Vlismas and Fakhratminov. That's going to be $50 to get us back $124. For our third bet, we're going with another 2-fight parlay, and this is going to be Amir Albazi and Sergey Borozov. That's going to be a $100 parlay to get us $163. For our fourth bet of the week, we're going with our underdog of the week. So far, we've done pretty well with that. Last week, we did have a loser with Darren Till, but looking to get back on track here this week. For that bet, we're going with a $100 wager on Mahashati, and that's $100 to get us back $206. For our fifth and final bet, this is our bankroll builder. So far, we're 4-0 with these. Hope to stay undefeated with that bet. This week, we're going with a 2-fight parlay, and that's going to be Amir Albazi and Manel Kape. That's going to be a $200 bet to get us back $336. So we know it's chalky. We know they're fights that we're supposed to win. They are 4-0, and we're just looking to keep padding that bankroll. For our full fight predictions, we're going to start from the bottom. We're going to give you the fighter that we expect to win and the method in which we expect them to win by. So starting at the bottom, we're going to go with Morozov by TKO. Next up, we've got Manel Kape by decision. Then we have Fakhratminov by knockout. Then we have Mahashati by decision. Then we have Kakhramonov by decision. Then we have Marquez by finish. Next up, we have Matthews by decision. Then we have Vlismas by decision. Next up, we have Olejniczak by knockout. Then we have Drew Dober. I think this will be a really fun fight. Drew Dober and Bobby Green. I definitely think it ends inside the distance. Under 2.5 is one of my favorite bets for this fight. Probably the most fun fight to watch. We have Drew Dober by knockout. Then we have Alex Bruce Leroy Caceres, and we have Caceres. We also like the over here. So we have Caceres and over 1.5 rounds. Next up, we have the biggest favorite on the card, and that's Amir Albazi, and we have Albazi by finish. In the co-main event, we have Sarukian by decision. And then in the main event, we have Jared Cannonier versus Sean Strickland. We're going with Sean Strickland by decision. We like over 2.5 in the main event as well. Last week in our full fight predictions, we were 8-3-1, which brings us overall since we've started this at 30-20-1. Okay, guys, so as we leave you with this week, just kind of some food for thought or a wrap up, so to speak. After UFC 282, we do like the comments. We appreciate the interaction. Some of you agree with us, some of you don't, but that's the beauty of it. You're not wrong till Saturday night. So that's something the guys on Fight Night Picks like to say. And they're right. You're not wrong till Saturday night. So you're not always going to agree with us, but we put our opinion out there days before these fights are fought. We do put our money where our mouth is. These are bets that we make with real money. So some people on there, guys are telling us we only pick favorites, underdogs that have no shot, that kind of thing. At the end of the day, we do this to make money. We're looking to build our bankroll. This is not a cash in a flash, overnight, flash in a pan kind of thing. We are looking to enjoy betting and watching UFC and profiting a small amount every week moving forward. So far, we started 4 weeks ago, and like I said, we were up 72%. So whether you started with $100 or $1,000, we're up 72%, and we just look to build on that a little bit each week and enjoy watching UFC fights. Also out there, we do have a little bit of a disclaimer. This is not financial advice, so this information is for news matter only.